Welcome to today's ER100, and no, I am not here showing you how to cook. We're still talking business. I just decided to make some pancakes and breakfast while we do this, right? You gotta multitask, you gotta maximize your day, right? So anyway, today I wanted to talk about how prepared is your business for war? How prepared are you for war in your company? The reason why I asked this question is because recently, if you remember the video I posted a while back about the regulations, how to handle regulations when they halt your business growth. Now, I was able to solve the problem, thankfully, but guess what? I started thinking like, wait a minute, am I prepared for war? Okay, so basically what I'm talking about here is what happens when your plan meets a wall, an obstacle that you can't really quite hop over. Okay, and I'm talking about one of the internet companies that I run. We'll do advertising partnerships with Google and Facebook and Instagram as well. And they have regulations put in recently based on the EU regulations. You guys saw what's been happening on Facebook and stuff. But other than that, separate from that, is also with Google. They also got new regulations put in as well. So that basically means we might not be able to partner with them long-term advertising if regulations get too tight. We did get our claims case passed. We were able to get certified and verified for us to advertise. But still, are we prepared for war? That's the question you need to be asking your, basically on your company, okay? And the reason for that is very simple, because if you do not, sorry for the noise here, but if you do not prepare yourself, then you're going to be in a very, very bad position. So basically last night, I couldn't go to sleep because I was like, I have not solved this problem. I do not have a war strategy based on what just happened. We got attacked and we were able to survive that battle, but what happens on the long term? Because I'm trying to keep this business running for years and years to come, decades to come. And that means I gotta have a war strategy. So basically this morning, I decided to research. Okay, actually I researched last night, then this morning I went deeper. I spent from in the morning. That's why I didn't even make my breakfast because I was so focused on it. And I decided to say, you know what, screw it. We're gonna create a worst case scenario strategy and a best case scenario strategy. Okay, so our worst case scenario strategy still gets us to where we need to go. Let me repeat that. Worst case scenario strategy should still get you to where you need to go in your company. The reason for that is very simple, guys, because at the end of the day, you still want to get your company to where it needs to get to. You still want to be victorious? Yes, victorious in your company. So worst case scenario, I was like, you know what? Worst case scenario, we're trying to grow by about 200 customers a month, 200,000 new subscribers a month. I ended up researching, I partnered up, I found other companies that were within our space. I contacted them this morning. I did not wait until end of the day or until when we have to contact them. No, I was like, I need to contact them right now. I want to know the numbers. How much will it cost us to advertise with them? Okay, how can we be able to partner on affiliate memberships? How can we be able to partner here and there? So you see what I'm talking about here? Immediately, I started working on the strategy. Too many people think like, oh, worst case scenario strategies, you only use them on worst case scenario. That's false, okay? If you try to use a worst case scenario strategy when things are going bad, oh my gosh, look at that pancake, beautiful. Okay, but basically, if you try to use a worst case scenario strategy when things hit the fan, you're gonna be panicking. You might not have the capital, the cash to be able to help you do that worst case scenario strategy. Things are gonna be bad. You're gonna have to be contacting your partners, and business might end up going under. Okay, so you wanna make sure your worst case scenario, you already know how to apply it right now. And then here's the next thing, best case scenario. Okay, let me oil up the pan real quick. So when you're looking at the best case scenario, it's basically a combination of your worst case scenario and your best case scenario. Let me repeat that. Your worst case scenario and your best case scenario. What I mean by that is very simple, okay? So let's say, for example, right now you can be able to grow with Google and Facebook advertising to get you about, let's say 200 customers a month. You know you can get that. But your worst case scenario strategy can also get you 200 customers a month. Now guess what? If you don't end up hitting the worst case scenario, now you can grow by what? 400 customers a month. That's 2 times. That's 2 times. Your best case scenario and worst case scenario should have a difference of 2 times. Okay, you see what I'm trying to say here? And then that's basically preparing for war. Because if you have, let's say for example, you have your best soldiers who you know can be able to win that war for you, your best tactics or whatever can be able to get you to win the war. But you also know your worst case scenario people, your worst case scenario, what if you end up having to use different ammunition, whatever it might be. I don't know, I don't do war. But basically your worst case, you can still be able to win. You can still be able to be victorious. Now, if you combine those two together, it means you can get there faster and not have to stress as much. But at the end of the day, worst case scenario, you're still going to get there. Best case scenario, you're going to get there 2 times faster, 2 times stronger, and 2 times better. So basically, it's the best case scenario. Do you see what I'm talking about here? That's a war strategy when it comes to business. You want to be able to create that. You want to be able to be in that mindset of being able to do that. All right? One second. Let me just check if the video is still recording because I'm not sure. All right. Yeah, we're still good. We're still recording. Sorry about that. I just said before when I was recording, it wasn't recording too well. So I just wanted to make sure that was working there. So here's the other thing I want to tell you guys about preparing your business for war. Is it ready for war? The reason for that is because, guys, let me tell you something. When you enter the mindset of a warrior, and when you know at worst case scenario, you'll still be victorious. You'll still be able to get to where you need to get to. That is going to allow you to be stress-free. It's going to allow you to be patient, okay? It's going to allow you to be patient, because, I was praying to God, like, I don't know what to do here. Should I scale the company up very fast and use what I have right now as my best case scenario, optimize it to the fullest before things hit the fan? But nah. I'm thankful to God that I was able to step back and realize that, hey, wait a minute. I need to be patient because we're working on a product upgrade that's supposed to be released in 6 months. We're investing in new infrastructure. I should not rush the process. I need to be able to make sure I trust the process. The trust in the process is basically making sure you trust the best case scenario and worst case scenario, because either or, one of those two might hit, okay? And also, the next thing you want to do is know your numbers, because there's a percent chance of your worst case scenario is going to hit, and also your best case scenario is going to hit. Now, you always want to be in the mindset of worst case scenario is going to hit at 100%. Okay? And then you want to be at a mindset of best case scenario is going to have about a 40%, 50% chance of hitting. The reason for that is very simple, because what you end up doing is actually, you end up creating this mindset. Okay? This mindset of where you're basically ready for war. That's why the title of this video is your business ready for war? And when you are ready for war, it basically means nothing is going to shake you from where you need to go. Okay? If you look at the best companies out there, look at the best companies out there. You name them, Facebook, Google, Amazon. Okay? You throw them all at me, okay? All those companies had a best case scenario and worst case scenario strategies. They had all that stuff planned out. Okay, so the reason for that, the reason why I know that is because right now Facebook just got hit right in the face. They just got punched in the face. Their stocks plummeted about 23%. And a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, is this going to be the end of Facebook? I'm chilling over here like, you guys don't see what's happening. Facebook just launched IGTV. Okay, Facebook is now working on competing with YouTube as well. Okay, Facebook still has WhatsApp in the bag. They're not even monetizing that yet, and they have billions of people going through that thing. Okay, Facebook still is a very young company. They have the best case and worst case scenarios, and they have those things they're going to be launching. You look at Amazon, for example. Okay, most people don't realize this, but Amazon, for a very long time, was losing money. But the thing that saved them was that they had their best case and worst case scenario strategies. And their worst case scenario strategy still was able to work, because guess what? You might not realize this, but Amazon was on the brink of basically going out of business because they were burning paper. They were burning paper. Amazon was not making money for a very long time. You can go Google that and research in detail. But what was able to help them was they were able to release AWS, okay, Amazon servers, which now means they're making other cash flow from other different things. A lot of people just are only looking at the face product of Amazon, not realizing Amazon has different strategies for war. They're now launching their own partnerships where they want to be able to create their own delivery systems. Why do you think they're doing that? God, let me tell you something why they're doing that. Because right now, okay, the Trump administration tried to threaten and say that, oh, USPS should charge Amazon more for shipping. Now, Amazon still has leverage. They're a big company. They're a big company, guys. They still have leverage because they know that. But they're thinking, worst case scenario, we'll have our own fleet. We'll still be able to deliver. That's what war is, baby, in business. It's when you know you have a best case scenario and worst case scenario, and you know your worst case scenario is still going to get you where you need to get to. Here's the thing. Too many people, when they create a business plan, they're basically talking about their sunshine and roses strategy. Like, everything's going to be perfect, okay? We're going to use that marketing medium, and we're going to get there. We're going to use Facebook and Google advertising, and we'll get there. let me tell you something. When you get into business and you actually get into the mud of business, those things don't usually work out as planned. And that's what usually ends up making a lot of people go out of market in business. Because too many people, what got them in business, what got their company to where it is right now, they think that's what's going to get them to the next level. Not really. You want to know why? Think about this for a second, my people. Nokia. Okay? Nokia. You guys know Nokia? Nokia used to be one of the largest mobile companies in the world. They were all over the place. We all know how durable Nokia phones are. You toss that thing at the wall, it won't break. But basically, Nokia, what they didn't do is basically do their worst case and best case scenario. They let the iPhone come in. They let the Android come in. Nokia should be the first company to $1 trillion, but they're not. Want to know why? Because they got very comfortable with what got them to where they are and not thinking about what's going to get them to the next phase. That's what worst case scenario is and best case scenario. Nokia strategy team, they did not think about the worst case scenario. They were still thinking about best case scenario. We own the biggest market share. We're going to own it for the rest of the market time we have here. They didn't think about the worst case scenario. What happens if a competitor comes in with new technology, with smartphones, touch screens, all those different things? What happens if they start taking market share here and there? They didn't think about that. And that's what you need to do in business, okay? Look, I'm almost done making this pancakes, and I know this video is a little bit long, but trust me, guys, this video is very, very, very important because I was literally, like last night, I couldn't sleep because I was like, man, if I don't figure out how to solve this problem here for this company, we're not going to hit the numbers we need to be hitting. And the minute and second I stepped back and realized, wait a minute, have I created a war strategy? That's why the video title is Your Business Ready for War. Okay, war, my friend. War means battle. War means you are ready to fight. I didn't oil up this thing. Ooh. I might have to reduce the heat over here a little bit. Basically, you want to make sure you're ready for war, guys. I don't want to extend this video for way too long or any more. You can see this pancakes. Oof, they're coming out well. Put some syrup on there. Get some nice tea over here and eat. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Please make sure your business is ready for war. And I'm talking about war, baby. I'm talking about worst case scenario. I'm talking about if they infiltrate your walls. I'm talking about if the enemy is right at your doorstep. What are you going to do? Okay? What are you going to do when the competitor is right in front of your face? When they're looking at you like, all crazy and stuff, right? You want to make sure you got that plan ready. You want to make sure you also have your best case scenario plan. But you want to make sure your best case scenario plan includes your worst case scenario. You see what I'm trying to say here? I'm basically saying, look, if you had a soccer, let's say, for example, you play soccer and you have this crazy plan on how your team's going to score a goal. You have your best case scenario, how you're going to do it. You're like, if everything goes perfect, we're going to score and win like this. But you want to make sure that your best case scenario is combined with your worst case scenario. Because guess what? At the last minute, the competitor might try and do something different. Okay, they might maneuver a different way, and you might be right there like, wait a minute, I didn't prepare for that. But you want to make sure that, oh, the enemy moved a different way. Perfect. We're ready for that. Boom. Maneuver. In. Boom. That's worst case scenario. Impact. End. That's what it means to be a war general in business. That's why basically Mark Cuban says that business is war. I believe is it? Yeah, no, he talks about business as a sport that's 24/7, 360 a year. But there's another quote that talks about business is basically war because it is. Except this war never ends. It's 24/7, baby. And if you're not ready for it, you'll be taken out of the market like that. You don't want that to happen, okay? So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. You see that? I burnt my pancake on this one. It's supposed to be nice and fluffy on this side. So I'm talking too much, too long. So yeah, we'll talk more later. Thank you very much for watching the video. Let me take care of this pancakes and eat some good food. And yeah, I'll see you on another episode. Peace out. And by the way, if you enjoyed this whole setup thing, change of a scenario, maybe cook some food. You can see I'm not a bad. I can cook. But yeah, if you like this scenario, I'll probably switch up scenarios a little bit more later. But thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I already know it's really long, but this topic is very important. So make sure your business is ready for war. All right? Peace out. Thanks for watching.